The Damage Guild podcast is a real play, family-friendly Dungeons & Dragons podcast. In it, they work to destroy a cult that is seeking ancient relics, take down a performer that has stolen someone's true love, and fight the greatest evil that has fallen upon the entire continent of Ormog, the Badger Stripey. It's run by some really great guys. Thane, Jay, Sean, Brian, all great. I even got to run a Pathfinder 2 beginner box for them. If you have the chance, I'd highly recommend listening to their podcast and joining their Discord online. So what does that have to do with a bowl of cereal? Well, we'll get there eventually, but first, we have to talk about sandwiches. And for those of you who know where this is going, yes, this is happening. You may have heard the argument that's been going around the internet for the past couple years about, is a hot dog a sandwich? Now this is, of course, silly, but not because the statement is wrong, but because when you break it down, the statement's kind of pointless. For those of you who know me in person, first off, well, I'm sorry, but second off, you know that I love a good pun. I also love a bad pun. In fact, I feel like I prefer those more, but that's besides the point. I love puns because language in and of itself is just messy. It changes and evolves over time to the point where words that used to mean something can grow to mean something completely and totally different. Nimrod is the name of a biblical character who is known for being a great and mighty hunter. I believe so anyway. Don't take that as gospel. Take the actual Bible as gospel. But as soon as Bugs Bunny comes and uses it as an insult for Elmer Fudd, suddenly it means idiot or stupid person just in general. Not at all what it used to mean. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have phrases like no cap, which I still don't know what it means and frankly don't care to learn. Not out of looking down on the language of younger people, it's just I have enough things I'm trying to remember. New phrases and words is just, it's not gonna happen. There's a treadmill I can't keep up on. So with language being this messy, imperfect, complex thing, it's really hard to nail certain things down. And if it wasn't hard to nail certain things down, well, lawyers wouldn't exist. I only know this because my roommate insists on telling me stuff like this, but there are literally cases where you argue over the meanings of specific words just because it's a little ambiguous. That's why I'm a linguistic descriptivist as opposed to prescriptivist. My roommate is a lawyer. He's the prescriptivist. And because of this, also, abstractions and metaphors, when stretched too far, eventually just break. Is there some philosophical telos of a sandwich? Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. But trying to really narrow in on what that is, just, it doesn't work as well as we'd like it to. That's why when we have these strict parameters that people get to get really huffy about and it has to be this way, well, that's where the puns come in. Poking holes in that or just other sort of things. It's funny. I don't know why. It's fun. My favorite example of something like that is the old classic where Plato is describing a human as a bipedal, featherless, what was it? Animal. I have notes right here. For a reason. To at which point when Diogenes heard this, brought in a plucked chicken saying, "Behold, a man." Now, I'm not comparing myself to Diogenes at all. I mean, I have a house. I have a bowl that already puts me way past where he was. But similar to Diogenes, whenever someone goes like, oh, is a hot dog a sandwich or is cereal a soup? I like to come back with, cereal is a hot dog. Is that actually the case? That's not the point. It's just funny. Yeah, you might go on about saying, oh, well, it's not a sandwich or a hot dog if you can't eat it with your hands. And to which I'd say, then that means a sloppy Joe is not a sandwich because anyone eating that with their hands is just asking for a disaster. Just use a fork. Much simpler. Now, all that being said, you might see where this is going. Because the other day, on the Damage Guild podcast Discord, someone decided to bring this up again. And yeah, here we go again. So I came out with my snarkiness because I enjoy it. And as they were going on about it, I said, if we're going by all these standards of what a sandwich is, cereal is a sandwich. And his response to that was, oh yeah? Then post a video of you eating cereal with your hands. Someone else seconded the motion. Now, I don't mean to be dismissive or insulting of these people on Discord. You know, they're not people. They're on the Damage Guild podcast Discord. They're obviously amazing. But, well, if you've watched this channel for a while, you know that weird food stuff is not outside my purview whatso freaking ever. I literally have a running joke on here where I eat pizza in the shower. And I've also eaten a sandwich while getting sprayed by a sprinkler. It was cold. It was miserable, but I did it. So, cereal with my hands? Par for the course, pretty much. So, let it never be said that I am not a man of my word. I even waited for my roommate to leave just so I could have some quiet while I'm doing this and not be doing this in front of people, in person at least. That being said, I do need to get a table because if I don't, I'm going to make a mess. So, I will be right back. I wanted to do this in my kitchen, but, well, moving all of this would have been difficult, so I'm just gonna do my best not to make a mess. I should probably wash my hands before I stick my fingers in here. I'm gonna go do that real quick. Also, in case you're wondering why I poured it before the video instead of now, well, I wanted to make sure it was nice and soft just in case with my braces, but actually that wouldn't have mattered because I've actually had some of the cereal over the past few days, and it's actually not too bad. It's actually exciting that I can eat crunchy things again. I haven't missed the texture as much as I used to, but it's still nice. You cannot see the cereal. So yes, this is what happens when you challenge the weirdo to do some weird things. Anyway, bon appetit. It's all mushy. Well, I'm not gonna actually eat the stuff that fell on the floor. I'm weird, I'm not a Neanderthal. As I'm recording this, it's like 6 p.m. So this is kind of my dinner. But I'm not that hungry, so the finger part doesn't even bother me. It's the fact that I'm already kind of full. Anyway, I'm gonna keep eating this, but there's no reason for you to just sit here watching me do it. So if you like this video, or you're one of the people, Arnox and Angie, who said I wouldn't do this, leave a like. Leave a comment. What other weird food stuff should I do? Not stuff like this necessarily, just food stuff in general. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, the things. Follow the links. Oh, I got heartburn. I should have done this when I wasn't full, but time didn't work out that way. Anyway, this is Seth. This has been a thorn in my side and milk on my fingers. I'll keep eating this, and I'll show when it's empty, but bye. I will say this is messy, but so are Sloppy Joe, so still counts. There it is. All the cereal gone. Now it's just milk. I'm not gonna show. I'm gonna spill more than I already have. You know, I've also willingly eaten egg salad sandwiches where I replaced the mayo with peanut butter. So I might just not be the best judge as to what food is. Not that you needed told that at this point.